Every chosen one has these 5 undeniable signs of vibration. There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who move through life unconsciously, reacting to whatever happens to them, and those who carry a deeper knowing, an unshakable sense that they are meant for something greater. If you're watching this right now, chances are you've felt it. That pull, that inner voice whispering that you are different, that you are here for a reason, that you are not like everyone else. And you're right, because every chosen one has signs, undeniable vibrational signs, that separate them from the rest of the world. These signs are not random, they are energetic markers, proof that you are operating on a different frequency. But before we go deeper, I need you to understand something. Being chosen is not about being special in the way society defines it. It's not about having some external advantage. It's not about luck, talent, or privilege. It's about energy. It's about vibration. It's about the frequency you carry, and when your vibration reaches a certain level, when your energy becomes too powerful to ignore, the universe begins to move differently around you. People sense it. Situations shift. You start attracting experiences that others do not. The world reacts to you in ways that cannot be explained by logic alone. This is the mark of a chosen one.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
But here's the thing. Most people who carry this energy don't even realize it. They think they are just different. They feel out of place. They look at the world around them and wonder why things feel so off, why they can't relate to the same conversations, why the things that excite others seem meaningless to them, why they crave something deeper, truth, purpose, connection, while everyone else seems content with distractions. If this sounds like you, then you need to keep watching, because what you're experiencing is not random. It is the result of your vibration. And here's the first undeniable sign. You no longer resonate with the things you once did. Music, movies, conversations, things that used to entertain you now feel empty. You find yourself craving silence, wisdom, depth. You can't force yourself to engage in meaningless small talk anymore. You can't pretend to care about things that don't align with your soul. And because of this, you might feel like you're drifting away from the people around you. But this isn't a bad thing. It's a sign that your vibration is shifting. You are no longer operating on the same frequency as before, and when this happens, you will naturally start attracting new experiences, new people, and new opportunities that match your upgraded energy. The second sign is even more powerful. You start noticing synchronicities everywhere, numbers repeating, strange coincidences, thoughts manifesting almost instantly. It's like reality itself is bending to get your attention. And it is, because when your vibration reaches a certain level, you become hyper-connected to the universe. The gap between thought and manifestation shrinks. You think of someone and they text you. You set an intention and the perfect opportunity appears out of nowhere. You walk into a room and the conversation happening is exactly about what you've been contemplating. These are not accidents. These are signs. Proof that you are in alignment. Proof that you are tapped into the hidden structure of reality. But this is where the real test begins. Because when these signs start appearing, you have a choice. Do you dismiss them as coincidences, or do you recognize them for what they are? Most people ignore them. They convince themselves it's just chance. But the chosen ones pay attention. They listen. They follow the signs. And because of this, their reality starts accelerating. They begin moving through life at a speed others can't understand. They level up faster, they manifest faster, they evolve faster, and this is what separates them from the rest. But there's something even deeper happening here, something that most people never talk about, and that is the resistance that comes with this energy. Because the moment your vibration reaches a certain level, it will trigger everything that is not aligned with it. People will start falling away. Old versions of yourself will try to pull you back. Even your own mind will resist the change. It will try to convince you that you are crazy, that you are imagining things, that it's safer to go back to the way things were. And this is where most people give up. They doubt themselves, they let fear win, they lower their vibration to fit back into the world they have outgrown. But the chosen ones, they don't fold. They don't retreat. They recognize the resistance for what it is, a final test, a moment of initiation. Because the universe does not just hand power to those who are not ready. It will challenge you. It will strip away everything that is not in alignment with your highest self. It will force you to face your fears, break your patterns, and step fully into your power. And this is why so many chosen ones go through intense periods of isolation, struggle, and transformation, not because they are cursed, but because they are being prepared. So now, the question is, are you ready for what comes next? Because there is something even more powerful that happens when you embrace this energy fully, when you stop resisting, when you step into the highest version of yourself without fear. The awakening storm, when your vibration becomes too powerful to ignore. There comes a point in every chosen one's journey when the shift becomes undeniable. You are no longer just awakening. You are fully stepping into a new reality, one that looks, feels, and moves differently from anything you've ever known. And once you cross this threshold, there is no going back. The way people react to you changes. The way life unfolds for you accelerates. You begin to see behind the veil of illusion that most of the world is still trapped in. And this is where everything either falls apart or falls into place. At first, it can feel like chaos. The more your vibration rises, the more the old world around you starts to resist. Friends distance themselves without explanation. Situations that once felt stable begin to crumble. Everything that is not in alignment with your new frequency starts to shake, as if reality itself is testing you. And in a way it is, because here's the truth. When your vibration becomes too powerful to ignore, you will trigger everything that is still asleep. Your energy will act as a mirror, reflecting back the unconscious patterns in others. Some will be drawn to you, magnetized by your presence, sensing something about you that they can't quite explain. But others, they will fear you. They will resist you. They will project their own limitations onto you, trying to pull you back into the version of yourself they were once comfortable with. And this is where most people break. They feel the pressure of being different, of standing out, of no longer fitting into the world they once knew. They start questioning themselves. They wonder if they are making it all up, if they are losing their grip on reality. But the real ones, the true chosen ones, push through. They recognize that this is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that they are on the edge of something massive. Because the resistance is not a punishment, it is an initiation. It is the final test before the breakthrough. But here's the part that no one talks about. The loneliness that comes with this power. When you are vibrating at a frequency higher than the people around you, it can feel like you are walking through the world unseen. You can be in a crowded room and still feel completely alone. You can try to explain your experiences, but most people won't understand. You can sense things that others cannot, and instead of being acknowledged, you are met with skepticism, dismissal, or even judgment. But this loneliness is not a curse. It is a calling, a sign that you are being pulled away from the distractions, the noise, the illusions, so that you can fully step into your purpose. There is a reason why so many ancient masters, prophets, and enlightened beings spent years in solitude before stepping into their power, because when you are constantly surrounded by those who do not vibrate at your level, it is easy to second-guess yourself. It is easy to shrink, to dilute your truth, to conform just enough to fit in. But you were not meant to fit in. You were meant to lead, to create, to shift the energy of the entire world just by being who you are. And that requires a level of strength, clarity, and self-trust that cannot be built in comfort. So if you feel like life is stripping away everything that is not aligned with you, if you feel like you are being pulled into a phase of isolation, if you feel like you are losing people, places, and identities that once defined you, good. That means you are being refined. It means you are being prepared. It means your vibration is reaching a level where only truth can remain. Because when you are carrying the energy of a chosen one, anything that is built on illusion cannot survive around you. But here's the paradox. The more you embrace this, the less alone you actually are. Because once you fully step into your vibration, you will start attracting others who are on the same frequency. You will find yourself meeting people who understand you without explanation. You will start experiencing connections that feel ancient, as if you have known these souls for lifetimes. And this is where everything shifts, because once chosen ones find each other, the game changes. The energy multiplies, the mission becomes clear, and the illusion of separation dissolves. So now the question is, are you ready to step fully into this power? Because the more you rise, the more you will be tested. But if you hold your vibration, if you trust the process, if you refuse to shrink back into the old version of yourself, you will reach a level where nothing can touch you, where doubt, fear, and limitation no longer exist, where you are no longer just reacting to life, you are creating it. The turning point, when the universe starts moving for you. There is a moment in every chosen one's journey where everything shifts, a moment when the struggle turns into flow, when resistance turns into acceleration, when the universe itself begins to move for you instead of against you. This is not luck, this is not coincidence, this is the effect of alignment. When your vibration reaches a certain level, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to match you. The things you once had to chase now come to you effortlessly. The doors that were once closed suddenly open without force. The path that once seemed uncertain now unfolds with an almost supernatural clarity. But here's the truth. Most people never reach this point, not because they aren't capable, but because they give up too soon. They go through the phase of awakening, they feel the intensity of transformation, they experience the tests, the loneliness, the resistance, and instead of pushing through, they retreat. They lower their vibration to fit back into a reality they have outgrown. They convince themselves that maybe they were wrong, that maybe it was just their imagination, that maybe it's safer to stay small, and in doing so, they step away from the very breakthrough they were on the edge of. But the real ones, the ones who hold the frequency even when everything around them tells them to stop, they reach the turning point, they pass the final test, and when they do, something incredible happens. Life starts working for them instead of against them. The struggles that once felt overwhelming disappear, not because they forced them to go away, but because they no longer resonate with struggle. The people who doubted them, dismissed them, or tried to pull them back suddenly become irrelevant, not because they fought against them, but because they have outgrown the need for validation. The fears that once held them hostage lose their power, not because they were defeated, but because they were transcended. This is the moment when the chosen ones step into their true power, when they stop reacting to life and start creating it, when they realize that they were never meant to follow the rules of the old world, because they are here to build something entirely new. And once you reach this state, everything changes. But here's the secret most people don't understand. This moment doesn't come when you expect it. It doesn't arrive with flashing lights and dramatic music. It doesn't announce itself. It sneaks up on you in the quiet moments. One day you wake up and realize that the things that used to trigger you no longer have power over you, that the fears that once controlled you now feel like distant memories, that the external world no longer dictates your internal state. And when this happens, you know you have crossed a threshold that most people never reach. But this is where the real responsibility begins, because once you reach this level, you are no longer just living for yourself. Your energy, your presence, your mere existence begins to affect the world around you. People who are still trapped in the lower frequencies will feel the shift, even if they don't understand it. Some will be drawn to you, sensing that you carry something they need but cannot name. Others will resist you even more, feeling threatened by the light you embody. And this is where you must make a choice. Do you dim your light to make others comfortable, or do you shine even brighter, knowing that your very existence is an activation for those who are ready to awaken? Because here's the truth. When you reach this level, you become a force, a walking, breathing catalyst for transformation. Your words, your energy, your mere presence will trigger awakenings in others, often without you even trying. You will say things that people needed to hear at the exact moment they needed to hear them. You will inspire change just by existing in your truth. You will become the proof that ascension is real, that transformation is possible, that the old world is crumbling and the new world is being built by those who refuse to conform. And this is why the path of the chosen one is not easy, because the higher you rise, the more responsibility you carry, not in a burdensome way, but in a way that demands mastery. You cannot afford to be careless with your energy. You cannot afford to entertain negativity, distractions, or anything that lowers your vibration. Not because you are better than anyone else, but because you have reached a level where your energy is too powerful to be wasted. So now the question is, are you ready to step into this fully? Because once you do, there is no turning back. You will see the world differently, you will move through life differently, you will become different. The final revelation, becoming the living embodiment of your highest vibration. There comes a moment when you realize that everything, every struggle, every lesson, every test was leading you to one thing: embodiment. Not just knowing, not just understanding, but becoming. Because the truth is, wisdom without embodiment is powerless, knowledge without action is meaningless, and energy without alignment is wasted potential. The real chosen ones, the ones who truly step into their power, are not just those who learn the truth. They are the ones who live it. Every breath, every word, every movement is infused with the vibration they have cultivated. They no longer seek the path because they are the path. And this is the final shift, the moment where you stop looking outside of yourself for answers, the moment where you stop questioning whether you are on the right path, because you are the path. the moment where you stop asking for signs because you are the sign. This is where the chosen ones separate from those who are still searching, because at this level you no longer need permission. You no longer need validation. You no longer need confirmation from the external world. You move with certainty, not because you have all the answers, but because you are the answer. But here is the paradox. When you reach this level, you also realize that there was never anything to reach in the first place, that you were always this powerful, that the journey was never about becoming something new, but about remembering what you have always been. The layers of doubt, fear, conditioning, these were never part of you. They were illusions, temporary veils placed upon your consciousness to see if you would break free. And now, as they fall away, you see reality for what it truly is: limitless, boundless, entirely within your control. And this is where everything accelerates, because once you embody your highest vibration, you become untouchable, not in the sense that challenges disappear, but in the sense that they no longer define you. Struggles may arise, but they do not shake you. Obstacles may present themselves, but you move through them effortlessly, because you have reached a level where you are no longer playing the same game as the rest of the world. You are no longer reacting to life, you are creating it. But this is also where the final test comes, because the moment you step into your full power, the world will respond. Some will be drawn to you, seeking to understand how you move with such clarity, such certainty, such ease. Others will resist you even more, because by simply existing in your truth, you are challenging everything they believe. And this is where many chosen ones falter, not because they doubt themselves, but because they feel the weight of their energy. They feel the responsibility of carrying this vibration, of being a light in a world that is still asleep. And sometimes that weight feels too heavy. But here is the truth: you were never meant to carry this alone. The moment you fully embody your highest self, you will begin to attract others who have done the same. You will find your soul family, your true tribe, the ones who resonate at your level. And when this happens, everything multiplies. The energy becomes unstoppable. The mission becomes undeniable. The world itself begins to shift, not because you are trying to change it, but because your very existence is a catalyst for transformation. And this is the final revelation. You are not here to conform to this world. You are here to create a new one. You are not here to fit into old systems, outdated beliefs, or limiting paradigms. You are here to break them, to transcend them, to replace them with something higher, something purer, something that reflects the true nature of reality. And the moment you own this fully, the entire universe aligns to support you. So now the question is no longer, are you chosen? Because you already know the answer. The question is, will you embody it? Will you step into your highest vibration without hesitation? Will you move through this world as the living embodiment of your truth? Will you stand unshaken, knowing that your very existence is shifting the frequency of the planet? Because if you do, there is nothing that can stop you. This is your time, this is your moment, this is who you were always meant to be.